Greetings, welcome again to the Otaku Podcast Test Kitchens. Just last week, one of my favorite anime from the recent past was released, Angel Beats. It's a great series, definitely check it out. Perfect mix of comedy, action, and wonderful story and character development. My only complaint with the series is that it really could have used a run of 24 or 26 episodes. It was way too short. But still, it's definitely worth checking out, and it's available in DVD and Blu-ray. Anyways, in honor of this release, today I'm going to show you how to make our favorite Tenshi, Tachibana Kanade's favorite dish, Mapo Tofu. Mapo Tofu is not a Japanese dish, which is why the title of this video is Asian classic cuisine instead of Japanese classic cuisine. It's actually a Szechuan dish from China. It was actually introduced to the Japanese in the 1950s by the god of Szechuan cuisine, Chen Kenmin, who happens to be the father of Iron Chef Chen Kidichi. Let's take a look at what ingredients we'll need for today's event. You'll need a block of tofu, regular or extra firm, some salt, water, and some ground pork.
Sorry, I don't like roast pork.
Okay, don't worry. You can substitute any other kind of ground meat product, beef, chicken, turkey, or you can leave the meat out entirely and make it vegan. Some chives, preferably green garlic chives if you can find them, otherwise just standard old chives will do. Some vegetable oil. Chinese chili bean sauce, otherwise known as tobanjian. You should be able to find this in a Chinese or Asian market, or you can order online. Chinese brown bean sauce, or tenmenjian. Again, look for this in an Asian or Chinese market, or you can get it online. Chinese fermented black beans, and once again, either look for these in a Chinese or Asian market or online. Japanese red chili pepper flakes, otherwise known as ichimi togarashi. You should again look for these in an Asian market, or you can get them online. Some chili oil, chicken broth or chicken stock, sake or sherry, not very much of it, so you can leave it out if you're against alcohol consumption. Soy sauce, sesame oil, Szechuan peppercorns. These are kind of hard to find. I actually had to go online for these. If you have a particularly well-stocked Chinese market, you might be able to find them. But of course you can also get them online. They have a slightly different taste, more of a kind of a woodsy taste than Western peppercorns. If you can't find these, you can just use standard Western peppercorns or leave them out entirely. And finally, some cornstarch. The first thing you're going to want to do is cut your tofu into 1-inch cubes. Now take your chives and chop them into 1/2-inch long pieces. Now take your fermented black beans and give them a good chopping. Now stir the cornstarch and water together. First thing you want to do is boil some water. Once it comes to a boil, add salt and then the tofu. You're going to want to cook this for about 8 to 10 minutes on medium-high heat. This is pre-cooking the tofu, and it prevents the tofu from falling apart when you cook it later. This is the thing that drove me nuts about tofu. I thought, I was wondering why even extra firm tofu would still fall apart when you cook with it. It's because I wasn't pre-cooking it, so this will help Once the tofu is done boiling, drain it and set it aside. Now get your wok good and hot. Unfortunately, I didn't have a wok available, so I'm using a cast iron skillet. Anyways, get your wok, cast iron skillet, or whatever cooking vessel of choice to a good hot temperature. Pour in the oil. Whoa. And then add the pork. You'll want to break apart the pork pieces as you brown them. Next, add the red bean sauce, black bean sauce, Chinese or Japanese red pepper flake, and the fermented black beans. Continue cooking this for about a minute. Next, add the chili oil, garlic chives if you've got them, or regular chives, soy sauce, sake, and chicken broth. Followed by the drained tofu. Cook this for about 1 to 2 minutes. Finally, add the cornstarch paste you made earlier and the sesame oil. Stir fry this on medium-high heat for about 3 more minutes. Finally, it's time to serve. Mapo tofu is usually served over white rice. Unfortunately, I forgot to make the rice this morning, so you'll have to imagine that there's some white rice there. If you like, and if you've got them, sprinkle on some Szechuan peppercorns. And there you have it, Mapo tofu. Well, there you have it, Mapo tofu. If you don't like it quite as spicy as Tachibana Kanade does, you can vary the amounts of the chili bean sauce and the Japanese chili pepper flake and the chili oil. Hope you enjoyed the video. For Otaku no Podcast, this is Donald Burr saying sayonara, jane. Black bean, ow, that's hot.